Good evening, Bruin fans, and welcome to another edition of Something Bruin with Coach Cook. And here we are on the eve of Game 2 for the varsity Bruin football. And Rashad, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well, Rags. I can't complain. The boys have gotten after it this week, so we're in a good space.
Yes, and let's start at their last Thursday, first game of the regular season. Yes, we did have a scrimmage, but whenever a team starts the regular season, the lights are on, the football's teed up, you just never know, how, the first game's going to go. Low penalties, nice defensive stance, and the offense played well. Just a well-rounded first game for the team.
Yeah, what a game, right? All three phases, we scored a touchdown, just about. Two out of three we did, but we had some takeaways, and that's been our challenge all camp, creating takeaways. We had Sage with a big time kick return for a touchdown. And offensively, we did a good job. We didn't average. We had over
Yeah.
340 plus yards of total offense. So we were effective in all three phases: air, ground, and passing attack.
Right. Yes, 119 yards in the air, 229 yards on the ground, 4 for 7 on third downs, and
Yes.
and when we're on the offensive side of the ball, nothing like moving those chains and keeping the offense on the field.
Correct. Now, the other thing I would say is after your first game, you could create expectations and standards. So for me, what I used in camp was we want to have a 10 play pitch count. And every day we want to reduce that pitch count in the negative column to where we're executing more than having to repeat. So for us, going 4 for 7 on third down, now we want to increase that efficiency by executing. So it's unique how we could build things in camp and then translate them to regular season.
Yes, and then on the flip side of the ball, our defense held Menchville to 3 of 14 there on third down and fourth down, and just our defense definitely shut down Menchville's offensive attack.
Absolutely. We make third downs a big deal, and fourth downs is our celebration. The cliche term for high school kids and college, this third down is the money down.
Right.
So I'm gonna play along with them. They did a phenomenal job statistically. We only wanted them to create and make it a big deal to get off the field, and they did it this past Thursday night versus Menchville, and we're looking to improve in that column as well.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I mean, there in the first half, it's kind of back and forth, and we went to the locker room up a touchdown there at the beginning of the third quarter. It's kind of back and forth, but when you highlight the punt return for a touchdown, and then the defense started get some interceptions. The offense started clicking. So, then we took control of the game, and nothing like the defense pitching the shutout there in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. It's team ball. You know what I mean? We call it branch ball, but we want a bunch of we are guys, Mark, on our roster, and we don't need the I am dudes. Those guys they come a dime a dozen, but we are plays for the greater good of the program. And I believe when you look at this year's roster, you watch these guys compete every Friday night. That's the product that we're putting on the field. But it starts in practice, and our boys did a phenomenal job. We're looking forward to tomorrow's matchup.
Yes, and before we, talk about the Bruin alums that were in uniform there last weekend with college starting, it was also a nice way to, get the season started by honoring Sharon and Paul, talking about highlights there throughout the game of Chiron when he was a Bruin and then on to Virginia Tech.
Absolutely. Again, legacy, right? A guy that
Right.
left it all on the field. And that's what we want. Guys like that to be honored. But it's so many Bruins. It's
Right.
like I started something. And I got
Yeah.
to figure out how to consistently, make it work. But my goal is eventually put together a committee. And, we have coaches that are still around that could give us historical facts about the guys. And then, eventually it's celebration during the season and ceremony in the off season when things aren't so hustle and bustle. But yeah, college football is back. Chiron, again, we enjoyed that moment of celebrating them, and all the recognitions were able to be posted on our social media page. So for the people who could not be there, could read and see, how he was recognized each quarter throughout the game. And I thought it was just awesome how we were able to do it. And hat off to Paul Sumner. He got it done, read it well, and plug to Baby Boy Photography and Joe Barnes and, all the powers to be that made that night such a special night.
Yeah, and the other thing is first game you might see a lot of penalties, but 3 penalties for 10 yards definitely want to bring out the low number of penalties and the low number of yardage here for our penalty.
Discipline,
Yeah.
it's details in the word discipline. So for us, we want our kids to play and compete the Bruin way. We feel like penalties are selfish. Sometimes it's out of the kid's control. It's the ref, it's the official that saw something or felt that it was something that took place that they felt it was warranted. I'm sorry, but ultimately we just want team ball. We want Bruins that's going to compete for the greater good of the program.
Right, and the Bruin alums. I mean, with college football opening up last weekend, from last Thursday with Caleb Broadbent just across the water, there off of 264 there at Norfolk State, and
Yes,
Shamik, and then Devin there on
yes.
Friday, and then Paul Billups, there on Monday night, just to highlight a few.
Yep. PJ, you had Jazari Priester. I believe
Yeah,
he
that's
and
right.
his Hokies played, and I'm
Right.
sure we got countless guys that had an
Yeah.
opportunity to compete this weekend. But again, it's just an honor to award so many guys the opportunity through their hard work and their academic efforts to get to that level and compete. And then it's just great. So every Saturday, our coaching staff and Bruins, past and present, can turn on the TV screen and see a 757 Western Branch Bruin competing or waiting or buying his time. So it's just an honor to do that and to be able to know that every Saturday we got a Bruin from 1968 Bruin Place that's wearing a collegiate uniform and competing.
Right, and with the NFL starting, we definitely don't want to forget our buddy Dre here on the
Yes,
Jets coaching staff.
absolutely. But I say this every year, Mark. This is me being a civilian. The best head coaches show up Thursday through Sunday. We
Right,
sit on the couch, we stand behind the fence, we're in the bleachers, and we're in our recliner, right? We know everything. We know it
right,
all.
that's right,
Even when we won, we could say how we could win even better, right? But
right,
I'm so excited for Dre. Just want him to take it 1 week at a time. This is not his first opportunity at that level. Being a veteran NFL player as well. So I'm pretty sure, and I know he's going to have his guys ready week in and week out. And then the same for our boys, the guys that are playing. We just want to see them succeed and compete at a high level and ultimately get that paper, man. We want degrees. We want guys to be able to extend their lives and change their family lives. So it's awesome all around.
Hey, and I want to highlight Aiden being on the sidelines. I mean, here's a recent Bruin alum
Yes,
Thursday Thursday coming into Labor Day weekend, and what's he doing? But on the sideline, helping you guys
Yep.
and rooting on the current Bruins.
Yes, I'm gonna have to put him in that alumni box, though. I'm gonna have to put him in the alumni box. But again, organically, right? Aiden came in, big hugs, and just good to see him. So definitely, it felt comfortable. It felt like home. But I'm gonna have to put him in that alumni box.
Well,
good to see him. All in all,
right.
good to see him. And that is Mark, the beauty of this program. It's like we asked 4 years, but you got us for the rest of our lives, And for him to be there was not one moment where he felt unwelcome or he felt like his time has come and gone. Even the alumni that came back for Chiron, Tony Smith, Tavis Gray, Aaron Watson, you had Clayton Porter, like so many guys that wore that blue and gold in support. And I know I'm missing a lot more. So I want to be careful. The village showed up. How about that, right?
Hey, and with Coach Jay being there,
I don't want to miss anybody.
Mandy was there, and Mandy's like, Mark, I told my husband that I'm going up there because when I was a kid, I was around Bruin football.
Absolutely. See, I'm going to stop there because I'm sure it was a lot of Bruin faithful, Bruin alum, regardless of sport, that was there and was able to witness something special. So, yes, without a doubt, just good to see alum, and that is Western Branch. Like, our community is so special, right? We talk about it all the time, how we all come together, how we all stay together. And once you graduate with that blue and gold, you're always a Bruin, through and through.
Right.
So you can't hide that Bruin pride, baby.
No, you can't hide that Bruin pride. And the other thing is as we go into the game tomorrow, for the fans out there, JV is going to be kicking off their next Thursday because Catholic doesn't have a JV program, so with playing at Hickory next Friday for varsity, then JV will get going there next Thursday.
Correct, and I'm excited for these guys. They've been competing against varsity players,
right?
And been also mixed in the reps with varsity players. So, we're going to take it 1 week at a time. This will be Coach E's debut.
Yeah.
This will be Coach Winley's offensive debut. But we're going to take it one day at a time. We're going to take it 1 week at a time. Those guys' practices ended yesterday due to not having a contest this Thursday. Today was just our ghost game practice for our varsity, and then we will travel to Catholic. But next week, they open up at home, as you mentioned, versus Hickory, and we're excited to see our Bruins compete.
Yes. Now, tomorrow, for all the listeners out there, yes, there is a Southeastern District, but there is one school that's group 3 won't play for football, won't play Western Branch, Oscar Smith, Grassfield. So we got to have 2 non-conference. So I know in the past we've played Menchville and Benedictine, but this year we have Menchville and then going to Catholic. What's the word on Catholic there being part of the TCIS?
Yeah, well, they're a well-coached team. We can't lay off of last week's success or wins. Right. We got to continue to coach hard. Our kids got to continue to prepare hard. And 80% of that is classroom, watching film. The other 20%, 10 is practice, and the other is game, But to know your opponent is how to prepare for your opponent. But Catholic is a well-coached team. They're very scrappy. They're going to compete. They're not going to lay down. And I use that term again. We can't lose the Western Branch. So as long as we're doing our part on the practice field in our preparation and transition to tomorrow night's kickoff at 7, we should be in a good place and it's a good space.
Yes, and that's off of Princess Hand Road, and even with it being a private school, still go to gofan.com to get the tickets, and it is at 7, not at 6.
Correct. Well, the tickets are $5, cash or card.
Okay.
And then I believe there's a parking to bring your car in the actual field, and that's 25 for a car.
Okay.
And then it's $5 at the back gate or something to that nature. So it could be cash or card. I'm not sure about Fan Go, so
Okay.
it could be there.
Right.
But what I do know from their website and what was sent to us, to our AD that was passed along to me, that is cash or card. Yes, sir.
Okay.
A
All
little
right.
old
And
school. A little old school, right?
right. Yeah. Hey, and
A little
there's a
pre-COVID.
why not pizza pretty close by, so fans get out there early, beat that
Yep,
high rise, traffic there on
correct.
Friday. But hey, one nice thing about the football social media outlets has been the spotlight there on Bruin coaches, and I know that with talking to Coach Arculin, he was definitely honored when it was his week. So when's the next coach going to be highlighted?
I think it's going to be a flashback Friday.
Okay, all
We're
right,
looking to honor Coach Lou Johnston,
yeah,
our all-time winningest head coach that has molded and shaped so many lives. But I believe that releases this Friday. And
okay,
again, Chiron was able to experience our Bruin walk. And he heard the words, we honor our past, we celebrate the present, which are our current guys and roster, while building towards our future Bruins, the middle school kids, the guys that are youth ball, looking forward to wearing that blue and gold at some point. But it also correlates to coaching,
yeah,
honoring our coaches that have paved the way, celebrating, what they were able to accomplish and achieve while building towards, future success within the program. But it can't start with just the guy that is current. It
right,
has to go back to the cornerstones, the foundation of Western Branch High School football. So it's been an honor. It's been fun. It's
yeah,
awesome to see the reaction.
right,
Our social media platforms are doing a phenomenal job keeping the community engaged. And for a long time, when I lived up north, I would look for any and everything Western Branch and can almost find just a little bit. So all the people who aren't currently in our community or region from abroad, you can still the success. You can see the success. You can see all things Western Branch. So it's been an honor. So I'm excited about this one. This one is real
yeah,
close to home. I'm batting 2 for 2 now with Coach Arculin. I'm
right.
sorry, and Coach Lou Johnston. So can't lose on this one.
Hey, and I talked to Coach Arculin the other day, and whether we have a home game or a road game, whenever the guy's in town,
Yes,
he plans on making it. And and Coach Jay, I mean, I know that you played for him, and I met him there through my brother there in the late '80s, but just you know the connection that we both have with him. And fast forward to today, I mean, here he was, last Thursday there, sitting right next to Sharon, and just a class act, and I'm looking forward to seeing the post there for Flashback Friday.
absolutely. Well, we connected. Best believe I got a nice text and all positive.
Yeah,
And we ended up having a brief phone call Sunday morning, just again reconnecting. And it's just awesome to see him. Like he is not aged one bit, and he
right,
still got it. X's and O's,
right,
preparation, all those things. Take no credit away. And to have Coach Johnston in our corner and constantly seeing the good and encouraging, change here or there, you can't go wrong because he only wants to see success, not only for what he built, but also seeing his former players be successful at a school we all love. So, yes, it is definitely a blessing and an honor. He always shoots it straight, but it always comes from the right place.
yeah,
And he's been a huge transition for me, uh, taking over this coaching job and seeing where the success is, but also pulling back a little bit and letting Coach Cook figure it out. But I'm always here if you need me, and to still have him a part of this program and this community. Uh, I wouldn't ask for anything more.
Right. Yes. Well, hey, Rashad, I know with school being in session and your daughter playing volleyball, I mean, all fall sports are hitting the ground running.
Correct.
So thanks for your time and go Bruins there tomorrow.
Hey, thank you, Mark. Thank you,
Yeah.
man. I really appreciate you. Go Bruins.
Sure, no problem. So here was tonight's episode, and everybody, if you can, go on out there and support the Bruins there at Catholic. They're tomorrow night at 7. So, all right, go Bruins.